Hey there, my fellow glassworkers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, episode 45, Glassworks. So, first thing I want to make with this leather is a longbow. Just to show you. So that's 3 twine, 2 wax, leather in the staff. So here's 2 wax. I don't have the twine, so we'll have to wait. Actually. But I've got flax growing, so it will not be too long until that becomes a thing that we could do. Alright. The other thing is you guys want me to make backpacks, so I will do that as well. Leaded windows are pretty, yes. They're for horizontal windows, so they're not for greenhouses. Greenhouses have a requirement that the roof is glassed. And there's multiple ways to make that workable. There's a very, I guess, cheap way, which is to go to snow caps and get glacier ice. So, like, these are snow caps, right? Or this has glacier ice. Because glacier ice in the game, like, never melts. Which makes it very, very easy to just, like, harvest a bunch of ice and use that ice as window panes. Cheesy, sure, but, like, you could do it. $12 fat. Not bad. Or I could just make real glass out of quartz. So, I think I'm just going to do real glass, not the glacier stuff, because I don't need to cheese it. Oh, I need more peat. Alright, let's see. Let's go with grain. Grain, porridge. No, that's not going to work. I'll do fruit this time and then grain with vegetables or something. What am I doing? There we go. No, it needs vegetables. Okay. I'm bad at cooking, as you can tell. Onion. And carrot. Meet me green veggie? Well, that's good enough. It's already done. Ah, we have our first compost, too. Before I, compost more stuff into this barrel, I'm going to move this barrel, because this barrel is quite possibly where I'm going to want to build at some point. So I'll put it out of the way. But this compost allows you to fertilize a little bit, which is nice. And then I have enough rotted stuff to seal up another run of compost. The leather backpack is this. We'll get 1, 2. And then those, I should take the contents out first, or it'll be lost. Oh, stop picking it up. This has been annoying. Alright, am I missing anything? I should have emptied my inventories first, but no, I don't think I'm missing anything. Everything I have is in my inventory. Cool. I am not going to have enough peat for that, so let's get some firewood to finish that off. A lot more room, yes. It is quite nice. Put more stuff away. I don't know why I would need to hold on to hand baskets. I guess that's not true. There's a possibility of, like, I die and I lose all my stuff. I lose my backpacks, and then I would want the hand baskets, because they're certainly better than nothing. So, talking about windows. Well, I should call them glass. So there's regular glass, which is used by putting quartz or clear quartz into bloomeries. Probably quartz, not clear quartz, because clear quartz makes for easier lanterns. And then there is different colors of glass depending on gemstones that are used to make it. So, like, if you have... Well, it would be a terrible use of this, because this is also an ingredient for steel making. But if, you know, you can make colored glass. And then there is the leaded panes. So the leaded panes requires a lead ingot, and boards, and glass. And then it creates a pane that goes horizontal, which are really good for, like, these kind of windows. So, for starters, I'm just going to be making... regular glass like this stuff for greenhouses. So let me update my priority. It is pretty, yeah. I'm just gonna check up on the farm. So at some point what I could do is, once the crops start to be harvestable, like maybe this row, I'll start replacing it with the Terra Preta. I don't want to just start digging up my crops for no reason and to slap the Terra Preta in, because that doesn't make much sense, but at some point, you know, that will be helpful. So if we're going for glass, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. After I get my meal. It's still cooking. The other thing I should probably do is to keep the leatherworking going. Oh, this is already prepared. Yep. I totally know what I'm doing. So let's do a huge run for huge hides. I have one plot with no plants in it. I'll go look again. Who is this? Welcome to your first stream. Pleasure to have you here. So this run will be for huge hides. I'm gonna do 5 at once. And then we have scraped hides. I don't have a lot of tannin in this. No. So I'll need to make new fresh tannin, I think. Are these, what size are these? Large? Alright. So let's replace this tannin barrel. Which means I'll probably need... I don't know how much oak I have spare. So the plan is to queue up maybe all of the bloomeries with quartz. So do a huge mining of quartz. And then once I've got that done, I'll poll you guys whether you want me to bother to get lead for leaded glass, or just to let that go. Oh yeah, I do have some oak. That's good. How have the hives come? Yeah, it's harvestable. I should probably do that before I leave as well. There's a lot of, like, just general maintenance that is, So you thought I didn't have crops somewhere? You know what it also could have been? Well, no, it would tell me it was dead if it was eaten by bunnies. I don't... Oh, right there. You're right. That has free K. So let's put some flax in it. Done. I know, bees. You're pissed. I know. Three. 4. 5. I'll do all 5. That's a lot of honey. At some point, I suspect I'm going to need to make some jam. Preserve more fruit so that I have fruit nutrition met for the winter. But we have a pretty big bucket of honey now. I generally don't harvest more than roughly half of my skeps because it's damaging if you do that to the bee pop. So I need to make 5 spare skeps. Ba-da-ba-ba. Got all the replacement skips. Yeah, if you harvest all of your skeps, you end up with no bees left. Very, very not good. Because the way it works is that they will swarm to adjacent empty skeps, but only if there are bees to be left swarming. So you want to leave at least some of your bee pop alive so that they can repopulate. So the middle one is harvestable, but leaving that middle one will allow me to repopulate the surrounding skeps quicker, which is why I leave them. All right, now finally, we can start to go for quartz. All that maintenance has been done. So where do I have quartz marked down? Near the base. I don't know. Also, before we leave, I'm going to grab a spare prospecting pick because I'll probably end up breaking mine very, very soon. Thinking actually about this, where I used to live, there was quartz around there. So I already know where quartz is, so I should just go over there. Because it's a known spot. I say that actively delving into a cave instead. Haven't I been in this cave? Yeah, I think I have. This cave looks familiar. Where I found my cassiterite. think. Not a lot of room for missteps. What am I using for support under the skips? Fence. Just a single fence post. Which makes for a good little pole. So I had marked down that this was fire clay? Or no, is this just medium soil? Yeah, it's weird that past me thought that that was worth marking. But actually, it took me a while to find medium soil, so I get it. So if I recall, there was a cave system, I think, around here somewhere that had a lot of quartz in it. Terra Kittens, thanks for the gifted subs. Cheers. So I used to live in a cave, like, right up there. Like, oh yeah, here we go. My memory has not failed me. So, guys and gals, should I also make a batch of leaded glass? I would need to go find a lead vein. And it wouldn't help with greenhouses. Just to make it clear, leaded glass in no way helps me with greenhouses. It's just pretty for base construction. I will leave it up to you. I suspect that once I have the windmill built, and I'm like in winter, and the base is well managed, that's probably the time to do a lot of the beautification projects and preparing for next spring, like making a fruit tree greenhouse, or relocating cattails to the lake for rows of cattails to make it very easy to harvest cattails to replace skeps, or berry bushes, you know, setting up like berry bush farms. Those types of projects are best done in the winter when there's not a lot of other projects to be done other than mining. Would be sort of my opinion on it. Because for now, my base is almost all form, or almost all function and no form. So it's uggles. Now, I'll be the first to say it. I'm trying to build, like, simply and somewhat attractively. It's surely no, like, dirt cave in a hole. But I've been keeping it very, very simple, so as to not invest too much in my time for, like, beautification projects. Which, is one of those, like, rabbit holes where you start to make things pretty and then, like, all of a sudden 4 hours have passed and you're like, well, it's still not pretty enough. Yeah, so it's a... Yeah. It looks like you guys say, don't bother with the lead glass just yet. Which is totally fair. So quartz can be the host rock here for... Oh, weird. It's not telling me. Gold bits. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Native gold bits? I'm trying to find where the host rocks for gold is. Or I know what it is, but I'm surprised it's not telling me that you can find gold in it. Not that I think there's gold in this quartz. I actually don't think there's gold in this quartz. But if you're trying to get quartz, the game thinks I'm in a cave. The best kind of quartz to get would be quartz with a chance for gold or silver. For aurum and argentum. But since I'm way more interested in just making batches of glass instead of panning for gold or rushing for gold, I don't really care. All right, we'll resolve that pull. I am not going to be hunting for that lead. I do think that the lead that I found is going to be useful at some point for that purpose, but especially given that some of it was surface lead. I did find lead bits on the surface, which will make it very easy to find that lead, but it is out of the way. So the uses for quartz. Quartz can be made in glass, which is required for greenhouses, for the most part. There's other ways to make greenhouses, like I said, with the glacier ice that never melts. That's like the poor man's quartz. Or you can make glass out of other colors. As long as it's a semi-transparent block, it'll count as a window, as far as I know. So all of the different gemstones that can be turned into, you know, like rose glass and green glass and blue, all the other colors of glass, they're all valid for greenhouses, albeit more expensive. There are a few gemstones that are really necessary, and that's the gemstones for refractory bricks. So once you're starting to make steel, there is one gemstone that you're going to be after more than any of the others, which is for the refractory brick tier 2. So crushed olivine. So this can be made in a green glass, or it can be made into a tier 2 refractory brick. And my 2 cents, way better to make tier 2 refractory bricks. Tier 3 refractory bricks, the best tier of refractory bricks, requires titanium, olivine, and bauxite. And tier 1, which I'll probably be doing unless I happen to find olivine, just requires bauxite and quartz. The tiers of refractory bricks, the better tier means that it will break less in the process. So much the way that when you harvest a skep or harvest a bloomery, you break it down. When you do a firing for steel, your steel, let's call it a furnace or refractory oven, sedimentation oven, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Some of the bricks will break in the process, and the higher the tier of bricks that you use, the lower the chance of breaking. So it's like a 10% chance, 100%, or a 1% chance, or a 1 in 1,000% chance. So the best tier refractory bricks will only break 1 out of 1,000 chance, which means that for most firings, you will maybe only lose 1 brick or 0 bricks, something like that. Of course, it's chance. Hypothetically, you could lose all your bricks, even with tier 3, but for the very basic steelmaking vaults, you can get away with just quartz and bauxite. And, oh, did I just get silver? I did! There's silver here? Oh man, I wasn't paying attention. Cool. I don't even know where it was. Which of these pieces had silver? But, yeah, so you'll, you know, I find it quite hard to get olivine. because it only exists in specific types of rocks, which are kind of rarer to find. But if I had some, yeah, I'd make better refractory bricks. I'm standing in the area? All right, let me do a node search. See if it comes up with like, hey, there's silver nearby. Native silver and quartz, trace amounts. Yeah, there's still silver here. Somewhere. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get enough quartz that, like, I don't need to go hunting for a whole lot more quartz, just get in one big batch. To have lots of glass for my beautiful, beautiful greenhouses. I think it was poor silver, though. So this is not a good vein. But it was an unexpected. I wasn't searching for it, so it's kind of nice that I got some. The main use, well, there's a bunch of different uses for gold and silver, but one of the more important uses is lined lanterns. So when making a lantern, it costs 1 plate, and then you can add another plate of silver or gold to line the lantern to make it brighter. And short of like dev mode and cheating, it's the brightest that you can get in game. That is, you know, that is portable. So it's really nice to have lined lanterns. They're just very expensive because they require a lot of gold or silver to get. The gold and silver veins, though, like if you happen to find a gold or silver vein in the game, like you'll get enough gold or silver probably for a lined lantern. They're expensive, but not punitively so. Poor chunk, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. It blends into the quartz pretty good, so it's easy to get a chunk of silver and be like, wait, what? Where'd that come from? But if I mine all the quartz that I find, I'll eventually find it. Oh yeah, it's right here. So you can see the difference. Native silver ore in quartz. You want to see me deal with the temporal storm? I've already been in a few. For one of them, I was like naked running around in the forest with like no gear, trying to get back to my body. Because I died like before the temporal storm had started. So, pretty nasty situation to be in, I think. Sounds fun? It wasn't that bad. I just kept running and praying to the eldritch giraffe that was following me around. Ooh, that's flax, isn't it? No seeds. Mature flax! Yeah! Even closer to the bow. I'm not wearing armor, so I'm not really... Oh, I'm not going cave exploring per se. I'm just seeing if there's some quartz down here easy to get. I don't see resources around here. returning home with the quartz I have. Should be enough. Should be fine. You know, let me check. Nope. Didn't see any swayvite chunks, but it kind of looked right. I mean, all of these little, like, potholes kind of look right. It's easy enough to just dig straight down and look for meteoric. I already found meteoric right next to the merchant, though, and I haven't even dug that up. I don't know how big it is, but I don't have need of it right now, so I could just leave it there for later. So borax wash needs 7 more hours. This needs about a day and a half. There's some prepare hides here. And there's enough tannin that I should be able to make a run of something. There we go, yep. Got some scraped hides becoming prepared hides. Sweet. Well, let's get the bloomeries going. I am most likely going to need more fire clay to replace my broken bloomeries soon. We'll also hammer away at this copper. Or silver, rather? Yeah, barely any silver. I mean, wasn't gonna pass it up, but it ain't a good yield. I have 6 pieces of silver and 1 of gold. It's not much. Now, the other issue that I'm gonna run into, I think, is I'm pretty much out of fuel for these things. So I have enough for two of the 4 bloomeries. Last stream, you guys voted, well, not you specifically, but people from last stream voted that I go seek out anthracite, because I did get a hit on anthracite. So I could either make charcoal myself or just use the, you know, just get some, head out to where the anthracite is. So I'm gonna poll you guys on that. Make it or mine it. Now, I don't actually know where any veins of anthracite is. I just have one prospecting tip that might yield good results. So it's no guarantee that I go out there that I find it, but I'm happy to go either way with that. I can either make it by cutting down trees, far more of a guarantee, or I could try to mine it. 'Tis up to ya. The other thing I can do while I wait for that to make is start with the walls of the greenhouse. I'm going to keep it, at least initially, very simple. Meaning just cobblestone. And at some point, We can spice it up with, you know, actual designs and whatnot. You know, leaded glass windows, something like that. But first iteration is always just going to be the simplest. So, keeping it simple. Then I also have to make sure it's not too long. So, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can afford... I'll have it be like sort of this dimension. So there'll be one space at the start of the farm for storages. Baskets of seeds or whatever. Eventually I can put them in something more fancy than that. But. And then this ingots need to move. So yeah, you could sort of see the dimensions far longer than it is wide. If I wanted wide, I could always go wide. I could go out this way. The other thing is I don't want such a large farm that it is effort to maintain. As that, you know, I'm not looking to give myself more work. So I want enough to have a nice amount of flax and to be able to feed myself, but not that I have to spend all day, every day, you know, slaving away in the farm. That's not interesting to me. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these dry stone fences. Figure that out at some point. And the old gates are going to go bye-bye too. So the idea is to have, I don't know where maybe the door here to a stairwell or something? I'm not sure. I'll have to work it out. The really important thing is that it is a physically enclosed space, so that it reads as a greenhouse. Because if it doesn't read as a greenhouse, you've put all the work and effort and materials into it, and then you're not actually benefiting from it. So it looks like you guys want me to make charcoal. Got it. So I'll do a charcoal burn soon too. So how I'll go about this is I will work on just one at a time so that one side can be enclosed rather than have two incomplete greenhouses. I'd rather have one complete one. But I am definitely going to run out of materials for that. I could have cut these blocks into slabs and like doubled the amount, but I like full blocks personally. Just a little bit easier to work with. I hear some drifters. So yeah, if that led to a door... Oh, I should put that block back. If that led to a door, it would work. Hello, you're not invited. I don't really have perimeter security yet. Oddly, it has not been one of the things I've bothered to do or made time for. Just how it is. So I got a rift over somewhere this way that's spawning out a bunch of them. Hey, stop throwing... Alright, you know what? Fine. You want to fight? You got it, dude. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 21st. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you on the next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.